areas that do that, but it costs money.
Yes.
Is that right?
Well, that's what we're trying to be educated on, and that was one of the reasons why they had a consultant go out with our maintenance people, and they spent a couple of days, or at least that much, to try and figure those things out and get feedback from each other.
No, but I mean, just in your knowledge of other levy districts, are they districts that do maintain in the wet?
I'm so far removed from this area, it is an opportunity to come up here and actually get involved in that bill.
Okay.
So, no, I haven't had any opportunity yet.
Okay.
I'd like to, but I'd like to also.
Well, I don't know, I haven't heard, there must be other areas that do that, but I would think it would be more costly. Yeah.
Yes, it is more.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is. And that's one of the points that I've made before, is people had mentioned, there is opportunities out there, there's places who have done this before. And my response is, I want more than just give me a number. I would like our maintenance personnel to talk to their maintenance personnel to get an exact understanding of what is happening. So
Yeah.
that's the only way it's really going to be understood.
Yeah, I agree. Questions for Reggie? Anybody?
Yeah, I said, you answered all those before I even stood up here.
Didn't answer anything.
Okay, and did you receive the email I sent you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, this week?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That problem is a result of the restoration program.
Okay.
Got gate vibration, just for your update information. Okay.
Okay,
And
thank you.
Okay.
So Colonel and company are here
Oh.
in the hall. That's who I went to talk to.
Okay.
We've got 5 minutes on each of these 2 items left, and then we can have just a short break after that, and they'll come in and bring the flags and stuff, get ready for us.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sure. You
So
want
we've
to
got
get,
Scott Deal, and then we've got,
what about,
so Scott is John today. Scott Deal is going to stand in for John Erickson.
Okay.
So he'll do the update, and then we have our fees, and then we're done.
okay. Okay, here's the plan. We've got the colonel and his staff waiting for this signing ceremony. We're going to take 5 minutes and finish off the agenda if we could, and then have a 5-minute break or so, have the signing ceremony, and that would be the end of the meeting. So if I could have Scott Deal up here, who is sitting in for, you're John Erickson today.
Yes, that's correct. So, yeah, I'm Scott Deal with the Department of Water Resources Flood Maintenance Office, standing in for John Erickson. Do we have our slides? Oh, perfect. So we could go to the next slide. I only have 2 slides, so, oh, sorry. So basically, the Flood Maintenance Center hosted several reservoir operator calls and downstream flood manager coordination calls during the flood season. This is June 7th's agenda. The purpose of these conference calls is to increase situational awareness regarding current and forecasted conditions for the San Joaquin River and its tributaries during periods of high flows and from rainstorms and snowmelt of the season. The last of the downstream flood manager coordination calls was June 7th, which is this call, and then a tentative reservoir operator call will be July 1st. From this call, standard information was shared between the locals and the Flood Operations Center, and there was discussion about the cool and wet spell in May that really stalled the snowmelt and knocked down the reservoir inflow flows at the time. So that's what's going on with that. And then the next one, this slide shows the California snow water content as of June 6th compared to the percent of April 1st average. So the peak of the snowmelt is behind us. Based on Bulletin 120 update, DWR forecast 900,000 acre feet of snowmelt to runoff from the 4 major San Joaquin River tributaries in the month of July. That would be 205% of average. So right now, if you look at that, that's the dark blue line is where we're at compared to historics. And The next presentation's been delayed, or postponed.
Is that what, I was going to ask you about that, Scott. We're going to do that next month or something?
We could coordinate with that.
Okay.
I don't know the
Okay.
details, and then that's it. So
Okay.
if there's any questions.
Thank you, Scott. Okay, we're through 9. We have Preston's report under item 10A that,
Good afternoon, President Edgar, members of the board. Preston Shoppo, I'm the chief of the inspection section. I want to give you a brief update on where we are with the fee implementation for permit and inspection fees. First, I'd like to start with a quick recap of the fee adoption process. I'll get through this pretty quick here for you. Last time I spoke to you was in November 2018 to approve the rulemaking package that went forward with those 3 green boxes still to be put into the package. Department of Finance review, the public comments from that meeting, and the minutes from that meeting. The Department of Finance was to review the fiscal impact statement and then to be forwarded on to the Office of Administrative Law. Thankfully, there were no major comments from Department of Finance nor the Office of Administrative Law on the package, so we didn't have to do any reissuing of the regulations that or have any changes to them. And so on April 29th, OAL contacted us and said that the rulemaking file was closed and endorsed and filed with the Secretary of State, the State of California, taking effect, and this is key of the whole presentation, taking effect July 1st, which is right around the corner. Just as a quick recap of what the new regulations are, they are an addition to Title 23, Division 1, Section 8, under applications. The existing regulations end with subsection C. We added D, E, and F, 3 specific fees: permit application review fees, construction inspection fees, and routine inspection fees. So those are really the only 3 passages that are added to Title 23 with this new rulemaking package. And then they reference a new Appendix B that's added to Title 23, which is the fee schedule itself. You can see there's 3 different types of fees in the 3 columns in the middle: the permit application review fee, the construction inspection fee, and the routine inspection fee, along with the routine inspection frequency based on the type of encroachment that is that's on the permit. So moving on down the different types is the second page of the new appendix. I want to bring your attention to what we grouped as project authorizations. So some of the actions that board staff takes is doesn't result in a permit issuance. That would be the minor alteration requests and the maintenance authorization request. So that takes technical review time from our staff and results in a letter approving or denying a minor alteration and maintenance request. So those are also on there as well. And just some really quick highlights for the program. These fees are applied to applications that come in through the door on or after July 1st. They don't apply to every encroachment that's ever been, or every permit that's ever been issued. However, if an existing permit or an encroachment needs a new reissuance of a permit, that reissuance of the permit is the trigger to be subject to fees. So with our staff and how often we produce new applications and new permits, that's what's in the fee program. Again, they're based on the type of encroachment. If there's different types of encroachments on one permit, which is really common, we take the highest value item, and we will be updating these fees in the future. And we've been doing outreach through our website, through our regularly scheduled meetings, and with our daily contact with our stakeholders. And for more resources, our website, again, we've got a big orange button on the right side for fees, which has frequently asked questions: where do you submit your check? How do you do it? How much do I owe? And our staff has been trained this month on how to answer those questions and to help anyone who's seeking a permit. So with that, hopefully that was quick enough.
Yeah, that's been a nice job. I don't know about anybody else, but we've had really very little feedback on what I thought was going to be a huge and volatile item. But congratulations on that. That's good.
Thanks.
Any questions for Preston? Okay. Let's move on. We've got the Executive Director's report. I'd ask the board members if they have any questions, please take those offline with Leslie. Any board comments? Okay, and you have the upcoming meetings. We don't have a closed session. We're going to recess for a minute for the signing session, and then we'll come back and adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
No.
maybe we can just work our way this direction then. How about that?
Okay, sure.
Just in,
I want you guys to go first, because I just have, mine's real short.
well, Bill's gonna have the last, he's gonna have the last word type thing, so you get to go. Yours can be,
I get to go first.
yeah, you can, okay, then I will go first. I will go first. That's what the Army does. Get things kicked off. So, do I have the floor? Can I? I've always wanted to do this.
Is this live on
But I
TV?
don't want to, like, sir, may I?
Yeah, it's, of course.
Live on TV.
You're the chair.
All right, I will call this meeting to order. And we'll move out with the formal portion of signing the memorandum of understanding amongst U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Sacramento District, the Central Valley Flood Protection Board, and the California Department of Water Resources for collaboration on integrating water resources management. And I'm going to kick off with a few comments. So President Egger, members of the board, Deputy Director Koch, and other valued partners, thank you for this opportunity. Not only to sign a document, but to affirm our strategic partnership to address some of the most important issues facing the state of California and the Central Valley in particular. I'm sure it's apparent to anyone who works on water resources in California that this is an immense challenge. Even in these 3 short years of my command of the Sacramento District, we have seen some extreme events, from floods at the beginning through massive wildfires 2 years in a row. Michael Farrell, my predecessor, commented he kind of had it easy. It was all about drought. And I was like, well, this can't be that hard of a job. There's been some unique opportunities. This is going to help us to work together in a thriving region with important rural and urban assets and populations. So it's very important that we in our respective roles work collaboratively, develop ideas that are sustainable, integrated, and provide multi-benefit management of California's critical water resources to meet all these competing demands and needs. I'm proud of the coordination and the partnership that's occurred between our organizations. Our teams are meeting and communicating with one another more frequently than before, and we're coordinating on important projects throughout the Central Valley. And we've been engaged and honest with one another to overcome multiple challenges. So with each passing day, I think we understand, trust, and appreciate each other better, which will benefit the communities and the people that we serve. So with this memorandum of understanding, I foresee that the Sacramento District, the board, and the Department of Water Resources will continue to build on the progress we've made and continue to develop innovative ways to coordinate and collaborate with one another so we're all ultimately rowing in the same direction to reduce flood risk, restore ecosystems, and better manage the natural resources for the general public that we serve. So thank you again for your support and partnership, and I am very proud to sign my name on this document. So, Eric, I will turn the floor over to you.
All right, well, President Edgar, Colonel Ray, members of the audience, I'm Eric Koch. I'm the Deputy Director for Flood Management and Dam Safety with the Department of Water Resources. Director Namath was not able to be with us this afternoon, and so she wanted me to convey to the Colonel and to Bill that DWR values the partnership that we have with the United States Army Corps of Engineers and the Central Valley Flood Protection Board. And we're very pleased to be here today to memorialize our commitment to continued coordination and collaboration with the Corps and with the board to ensure the effective and efficient management of our existing system and planning, implementation, and operation of the multi-benefit system improvements. In particular, this MOU explicitly acknowledges and focuses on ecosystem restoration and multi-benefit programs and projects, which is clearly the path forward as together we improve the Central Valley Flood Control Project. We've worked with the board and the Corps for as long as I can remember, and for the most part, it's always been a pretty good relationship, but I think this is an opportunity to increase our coordination and, work together on the same problems that face us all. I'm going to keep my comments short, but, and Bill will probably do this, but I just want to thank all the staff that worked on this from the 3 agencies. It was not an easy task working with the executives through our attorneys, and it went through a number of iterations before we finally got here. But again, I think it's a great document, and I just want to congratulate them on their hard work. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel, and Eric. I appreciate very much being here and being part of this enterprise. And Colonel Ray and Eric, I really want to thank you and your staffs for making this signing of this document a priority. I think it's very important to strengthen the partnership between the state of California and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. As you know, I use the word strengthen because we already have a partnership, and this is a more detailed affirmation of that partnership. I just can't tell you the number of colonels that have called me into their office and told me they don't understand California. They don't understand who's in charge. And we've got a lot of agencies that are involved in water and flood management, and the whole issue of working together is important. As you know, most of the states have the relationship with the Corps directly with the local agency, and the state isn't involved. But I think this is one of the only states that is involved in this in a meaningful way. So in the Central Valley, it's a little different than it is for the rest of the state, and Eric knows a lot more about that than I do. But in the Central Valley, it's a special area that the state has a lot of interest in. You have the Delta Stewardship Council, you have the Conservancy, you have the Water Commission, you have us, you have the department, and you have a lot of interesting players in this whole area, and it is hard for I think, everybody to understand. What I've learned in intergovernmental relations over the past many years is that when you have a situation like this, complex intergovernmental relations problem, it's very important to outline the duties and responsibilities and authorities of each member so that it's clear to everybody. And what you've done here, put together an agreement, and the staff's worked very hard, I know that, to get this document to us and clarifying that responsibility. So I think, as I said, the signing of this memorandum today doesn't signify the beginning of a partnership. It stands to strengthen the understanding of our shared responsibility to work together for the improved flood risk management, ecosystem uplift, and multi-benefit projects throughout the Central Valley. And I just wanted to say that we're going to miss you, but I think this is a step forward, and we'll set up a situation for your successor that will try to describe California in a way that he or she can understand it. Thank you for your continued efforts in helping us to strengthen our relationship. I appreciate it very much.
All right. Thank you very much. Charlie?
Yeah,
way?
sure.
All right.
I guess I got the last one.
They're all mine.
think we're all done, aren't we?
Yep, I think everybody's got them.
Okay.
Okay, so I appreciate this opportunity, and thank you very much. And
We'll miss you.
I will definitely miss the partnership and the friendships that I have made here in the state of California. You spoke to the complexities of it, and each and every day I am amazed at how California makes something so immense work and provide the level of economic opportunity and quality of life in that combination. I will tell you from being around the world and around the country, many folks do not appreciate how much goes into providing what is offered here in the Central Valley. And it's only through these hard efforts that it's enabled, and I wish you all the best of luck on maintaining that. It doesn't come easy, it takes a lot of hard work, and these are the folks that are making it happen. So thank you very much.
Thank you, President Hager.
I know. We'll share the photos. Now what?
This meeting is adjourned.